Alright, bro. For spitters only, we got SKRR SKRR in the building.
Hey, sure. It was good, it was good. Thanks for having me, man.
Appreciate you sliding, bro. We gonna go straight from the top, alright?
Yep.
Where you from, bro? Like, where did things really start for you?
So I was born in New Hampshire, grew up out like in Arlington, Washington, and then I came to Seattle like 10 years ago. So been here for a minute, but yeah, small town to big city, you know what I mean? Very adventure style shit, you know. I always felt like Link from Zelda when I first came to Seattle. I was like, oh shit, like I'm in the real world now. Like, you know, I'm in it's where shit happens at. So,
okay.
Yeah.
What was that first moment for you that made you actually start taking music serious?
I feel like I was just talking with some of my friends that drove me here in the car. Shout out Kate and Kamaya about that. Actually, I was just talking to them. I think when I was I was writing music and stuff when I was in like 8th grade. I used to listen to like a bunch of, you know, Eminem, all that shit. Like, not shit, but all that, you know, stuff. Like, I was like obsessed with the super lyrical fast rap, like Tech 9. But I wrote like my first rap in like 9th grade or 9th grade. And then my English teacher had like this rap battle thing. I don't know, it was the whole thing. But that's what set me off to get into music. And then I like just started recording at home. Yeah.
So what was your first time recording like that first real session?
My first like real session, like I would say it was like, I mean, to me, like anything that wasn't like, you know, just on a mic at home was like a real session. So first time I like was recording with someone that I was like, oh, this is like, I could really, I think that was in like, that must have been 2018, 2017. And then I think it was, I don't even remember, bro. I'm not gonna lie, that was, yeah, something like that. So, yeah.
Was anybody around you pushing you to rap? Or was it more like you gotta figure it out on your own? Or how was that like?
Like figuring that out, I feel like, I mean, I always wanted to rap, you know, I was like, this is like my, you know what I mean? Like, it just was the most stimulating activity that I was like, I feel like I can get good at this. I feel like this is like fun, I can express myself, and like, I don't know, I've been like really locking in since I was like 17, I think, so a little over 10 years now. That shit.
You know, let's talk about 99 Street Rose.
Yeah.
You know, we had him on the platform before.
Yeah.
It's weird even saying had, you know what I'm saying? Like,
exactly, bro. It's just like
you and him though, I know y'all had a connection.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that until after he passed and you hit me up and I found out through you.
Yeah.
What was y'all relationship like, man?
Yeah, man, that was like he was like my little brother, you know, but like, I don't want to say like little brother, because I always felt like he was on like my level, or he was on like everybody's level. He was kind of over some people's level, you know what I mean? As far as, well, I mean, rapping and stuff, he's fucking amazing, but also just like his mentality of things, you know? He was like a really smart dude. He was I feel like he was in touch with a lot of things that like a lot of people aren't really like in touch with, you know? He just was like, he knew himself well, and he knew like things about the world, and he just was very kind of ethereal, you know? Bro had he had this like, I don't know, I always saw him as like an equal or like somebody, but you know, that was like on his way to being like better than a lot of people in a lot of ways, and I feel like he, I don't know, I can see this, you know, yeah, man, so, RP, you know, long live 99 Street Rose, man, Jasani. So if you knew him, you know what I'm talking about. Like, you guys know what I'm talking about, bro. Like, he was like he was a smart dude, man. So.
R.I.P. for sure.
Yeah. It's just crazy.
Hella crazy. You know, that type of loss, you know, did it change how you move or how you show up for people around you?
I mean, I want to say yeah, but no. But I mean, it changed me. I mean, every time you lose somebody, it changes you, you know. But I've lost like 8 people in the past like 2 years. So
Sheesh.
yeah, it's just been kind of, just various different things, like, overdoses, like suicides, like them just getting killed or like something happening. So, I mean, after a while, it's kind of just like, I don't know, man. I don't really know how to cope with that. I'm still working on that, but I just try to put it in music and make people proud and stuff. So that's kind of all you really do at a certain point. Like, if it takes so much energy to constantly grieve and be sad, that you're better just kind of, trying to keep it moving, but also still process it. Which I'm not the person for advice on that. I'm not. I don't know what I'm doing. So.
How would you describe the music scene out here in Seattle right now? What's really moving and what's still missing?
I feel like the music scene in Seattle, I feel like that's a complicated topic. Shout out to La Russell. I think a lot of people got mad at what he said because they kind of didn't understand like what he was trying to say, but I get it. I feel like, I think I know what he meant, but I think like the whole thing is we don't really have the infrastructure of a quote unquote proper quote unquote music scene, because there's just a lot of, I almost kind of feel like there's discrimination and stuff towards, a lot of hip hop stuff in Seattle. Like, I don't know if that stems from there's kind of this passive sort of kind of over looming kind of racism in Seattle. I noticed like a lot, and I'm white, so I've seen this shit. Like, I've heard my friends talk about it. It's like there's a lot of spaces that they don't want to say why they don't want to have hip hop in there, but they have these like fucked up perceptions and perspectives of like, oh, like, yeah, we don't want hip hop artists in here because we don't want to get shot up. Like, as if that's gonna happen with every artist. Like I mean, there's people in like metal bands and shit like that are like involved in like street stuff or like have even crazier shit going on. That nobody has a problem booking hardcore or metal type anything anywhere. I mean, to my knowledge, I don't really know much about that scene, but it's cool. But I don't know, man. That's a big part of it. Establishments not wanting to support and nurture the seeds that have so much potential for growth, but it's also kind of ego stuff a little bit. There's a lot of people that are like, like they're really good, and they know they're good, and they might think that they're better than everybody else, which is where it gets bad. And it's like, oh, like I'm too big to do this, I'm too big to do that, and it's like, bro, like I don't know. People even like see like followers and stuff, like like I don't have that many followers. I have like maybe almost 2K, but that's after years, And like some people will be like, oh, like on Instagram they're like, oh, who's that guy? He has like a lot of likes, but he's like, I don't know him. But like everybody in person in Seattle like knows me, and not everybody, but like I know a lot of people. So like, people would be like, oh, SKRR, what's good, SKRR? Like so it's like people know me in real life more than on the internet right now. And I'm trying to make that balance out. But anyway, I feel like that's the case for a lot of Seattle stuff. Or it's like people don't have, they have a lot of Spotify followers and streams, but they don't have it doesn't translate to getting shows in real life because of the venues doing that shit. So it kind of all comes back to the underlying issues of, a lot of things in society. So just like kind of class suppression and things like that, of that nature. Not to get all, but.
So you're good, bro.
Thanks.
So who would you say some of your favorite artists in Seattle right now?
Favorite artists, yeah, that's bro. I know like all the rappers, bro. Everybody's so good. I mean, 99th Street Rose, obviously, R.I.P., you know what I mean? I would say like Kazi's like dope as fuck. I feel like so off the top of my head, like Marcus Rowling, he's hella cool, he's hella good, he's hella cool. K Bread, we got GRC, we got Black Skin, Savvy Ray or Savvy Saved. We got like Wave Dash, we got like like Santi, we got like there's like funk is hella dope too. We got man, got so many people here. I know I'm like forgetting people because it's Eastside, come on. Fedo Luciano like might be one of the best rappers like ever. I'm not gonna cap, like bro is like dude is like a legend. That's big bro. He's insane with that shit. And we got like Sassy the Capricorn, hella dope. We got so many people. We got Keezy K. She's from Tacoma though. But Astral Trap, man, Astral Trap. Literally, I don't know. That should have been the first because he's not really Seattle. He's like Tacoma, Washington D.C. and stuff, but in like Cali. But Wish Baby, really dope. How many should I keep? I don't know.
You're good,
I'll take
bro.
up the whole damn interview.
Hey,
I'm just listening. Like I know so many people, bro. It's like they're all so good.
When somebody press play on your music for the first time, what version of you do you hope that they hear?
Like the introspective, like, you know, I mean, that's all I put in my music pretty much, you know. I'll make some stuff that's like more turn up-y, but it's still always got that element of like, you know what I mean, like this is some shit like to make you think.
When it comes to writing or recording, what's your usual process? Are you like pen and pad? Are you punching in? What's your process like?
I definitely write. I write on my notes on my phone a lot, you know. I have this shit backed up like hella places, but I've lost like whole notebooks like on the bus before and like backpacks, like, so I kind of stopped doing that, but it's cool. But yeah, I sometimes I'll just write verses with like a flow in my head, and then I'll find the beat for it later. Other times I'll find a beat and then write to it, or I'll make it. But yeah, it's pretty much just random inspiration. I'm just like, this rhyme feels good to say, I'm gonna write more of it, and then it turns into like a whole song. So,
okay. And
I'm also venting through it too. It's like a satisfying way to vent. It's like, how many rhymes can I fit in there? You know, like, I don't know, kind of crazy.
So, what's something you had to unlearn, either as an artist or as a man?
Like doubting, like as far as the artist, like I would say like doubting or, you know, I had to unlearn like being insecure with like my voice and like my delivery and stuff. You know, I was trying to sound like something else or someone else a lot of times. And that's why I see it when other people do it. I'm like, nah, bro, just rap how you talk and you'd be so fire.
Do you feel seen in the city, or do you feel like you've been overlooked and had to carve your own way?
I feel like I used to be overlooked, but I feel like very seen in the city now, in like Seattle, you know. I just feel like people are just kind of been waiting on me to do something with it, you know. I've really been taking music that seriously for a while. I mean, you know, I just dropping stuff, like taking the songs seriously and dropping them, but never like putting anything behind it, you know, not putting money into it and like, you know, doing interviews and things like this, you know. So I feel like now that I'm locking in, the love is about to translate from, you know, just around the city and the street to the actual numbers and like the streams. So that'd be sick. That'd be cool. Yeah.
Outside of rap, bro, what keeps you grounded? Like, what keeps you like in a good mental space when you're not in the booth?
I would say like my friends, you know what I mean? I have like a lot of friends that I can like hit up or talk to, you know. There's a specific few that like I really talk to very regularly, and like they really just help me get through shit, and you know what I mean? And yeah, things like that, you know. CBD edibles, video games, music. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what's next for you, bro? Is there anything lined up we should be tapped in with?
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna be dropping a song from here soon. That's probably gonna be out before this video is. Hopefully, if I do it right. United Masters, shouts out. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. You know. So, yeah. You know, Free Palestine. Got the Fia print bandana on. You know, a lot of the homies are from there and stuff. So, yeah.
If someone had to find out who SKRR SKRR is off one track, what's the one song you tell them to go play?
Like right now, I would say the song that I have dropped right now, like that they could go play. I would say go listen to Stars and Constellations. It's on like YouTube and my Instagram and SoundCloud. That one's fire. But for like the slower stuff, like the more, you know, boom, like sample stuff, the one I'm about to drop for sure. So it's called Good Grief. That one's about to drop soon.
And what do you want your name to stand for when it's all said and done, bro?
I mean, I just want to be known as someone that, like, you know, tried like really hard to do his best all the time and like put everything into it and always keep it like genuine and authentic and real, no matter like what people might think about this or that. Like to always, you know, like say how I feel from my heart and like not compromise that for like anything. You know what I mean? So That's what I do. So I'm not changing that anytime soon or ever. So I don't know. You know, I just want to be remembered as someone that like had a good heart that put that shit into everything and like really wanted to make a change and like help people out and stuff. You know, and very fire with the bars, the rapping, so and the beat sometimes. Screw. And a good friend. Never mind. I'm gonna shut it down. I've been told a few times. Sometimes I'm in the bathroom though. Sorry.
Alright, bro. We got SKRR.
SKRR.
Hey, bro. I appreciate you sliding through. For real. You know, even with the obstacles, you know what I'm saying, coming in the way, you know, you still made your way. So I appreciate you.
Thank you, bro. Appreciate you for real, man. Like, you guys are like dope. There needs to be like more, you know, platforms like this. I feel like we don't really have that for Seattle, you know, so on such a consistent basis. So, it's very dope.
Appreciate you. For spitters only, SKRR.
Yup.
We out.